Hello everyone. First of all, we would like to thank Charan sir for giving us this opportunity to do this activity. We, the people of Group 8 of BBLBB, are here to present our presentation on the topic Privy Council and its impact on contemporary jurisprudence. I'm Srijit, and today I'll be giving a basic history about Privy Council and its origin. The Privy Council was a judicial body which originated back to the Norman periods of English King and Council. It was established during the middle of the 16th century. It was accepted as an advisory body of the king about the affairs of the state. It mainly acted as an agency of Normans to rule the England. There was a Supreme Federal Council before the existence of Privy Council. It was known as Feudal Curia and was then eventually divided into Curia Regi and Magnum Concilium. The Curia Regi is what we will be focusing on. It consisted of a small body of high official states and members of the royal household, and the certain clerks were chosen by the crown itself. During the rule of Henry II, it led to the formation of two different common law courts in England. They are King in Parliament and King in Council. The King in Council is what we know now as the King of Privy Council.
This is Prajwal. I am presenting on composition of Privy Council and appeals from court in India to Privy Council. Composition of Privy Council. Earlier, the Privy Council used to do its work by means of a system of committees and subcommittees. These committees did not have permanent existence and membership, and mostly members were the persons with little judicial experience. Officially, the Privy Council was created on permanent basis through the Act of 1833 Judicial Committee of British Parliament. The Act empowered the Privy Council to hear appeals from court in British colonies. The quorum of the Judicial Committee of Privy Council was fixed to be 4. It composed of Lord President, Lord Chancellor and other eminent judges working in English courts. Thereafter, the Appellate Jurisdiction Act 1908, this membership of the Judicial Committee was extended to. According to that provision, 2 Indian High Court judges were appointed in Privy Council. Appeals from court in India to Privy Council. Charters of 1726 and 1753. The Charter of 1726 granted the right to appeal from the courts in India to the Privy Council. The Charter of 1753, which reorganized the Mayor's Court, reaffirmed the said provision of appeal to Privy Council from Mayor's Court. The Regulating Act 1773, Section 30 of the 1774 Charter granted a right to appeal from the judgments of the Supreme Court to the Privy Council.
This is Nikhil presenting on role of Privy Council. The role of Privy Council. The Privy Council has contributed a lot in development of Indian legal system. It served a cause of justice for more than 200 years for Indian courts before independence. As far as the judicial institution is concerned, the Privy Council was a unique and unparalleled among all the courts round the world. It set the task of ascertaining the law, formulating legal principles, modeling and shaping the substantive laws in India. It also helped in introduction of the concept of rule of law, on which we have set up the whole philosophy of our democratic constitution. Besides, the Privy Council also lead to the introduction of common law in India, which forms the basis amongst all present Indian law. At present also, the Privy Council commanded a great respect among Indian lawyers, judges as well as Indian public as the highest judicial institution. Some of the principles laid down by the Privy Council are still followed by the Supreme Court of India. The view taken by the Privy Council is binding of the High Courts in India till the Supreme Court has decided otherwise. One of such instance can be given in the form of principle of absolute liability as pronounced by the Supreme Court in the historical oleum gas leak case. Thus, as a whole, the contribution of Privy Council is considered as remarkable for the development of Indian legal system and Indian judicial administration. It has played a great unifying role in shaping the Indian laws. It showed the respect the Indian courts have for the Privy Council judgments. In the field of Hindu law and Mohammedan law, though at times defective laws was laid down, the contribution of Privy Council is remarkable. No doubts there were certain defects in the constitution of the Privy Council. For long it was staffed by the English judges only. Its location was England. Its appellate jurisdiction was considered a symbol of slavery. Absence of local knowledge of the court and the counsel engaged in England was a great hindrance and disadvantage to the litigants. Consequently, the Indian points of view could not be appreciated. It put the poor at a great disadvantage. In certain cases, its view was not impartial. Still, the Privy Council commanded great respect among lawyers, judges, and the Indian public as the highest judicial institution. Its contribution to statute law, personal law, commercial law, and criminal law was of great importance. Even in independent India up to 1949, the Privy Council decided many important cases. The principle of integrity, impartiality, independence, and the rule of law were laid down. The Privy Council served the case of justice for more than 200 years. After the establishment of the Supreme Court on 26th January 1950, the decisions of the Privy Council have no compelling force on the Supreme Court, but are entitled to great respect. Hence, Supreme Court can decide independently. The High Courts are, however, bound unless they can point out a decision of the Supreme Court to the contrary.
Hello. Now I'm going to tell you about the drawbacks of the Privy Council. In spite of this contribution of Privy Council, it suffered from the following drawbacks. 1. For long it was staffed by Englishmen only, having no knowledge of Indian laws. Second, the location of the Privy Council was in England, far away for common man in India, making it disadvantageous. Third, the subjectation to the jurisdiction to foreign judicial institution, that is, the Privy Council, was considered as a symbol of slavery. Fourth, all this put the poor man in India in difficult situations for seeking justice. Now, let's come to the conclusion of this presentation. From the above discussion, it reveals that the Privy Council has rendered a meritorious contribution in the development of Indian legal system and judicial institutions. It introduced many fundamental legal principles in Indian legal system. It shaped the judicial institution in India. As a whole, its role is very significant in developing the legal system in India as it exists presently. Thank you.